Okay, guys, we are back and we are at round two now. Um, yep, pretty sketchy hand, and we are going to be on the draw here. Not really sure if we want to keep this, but I think it's probably a good balance of what we are hoping for. We're just gonna hope to get green mana there within the next two turns. But if not, then turn three Hellraiser Goblin isn't so bad. We can always bring it back with an fairy imposter here just to okay, it looks like our opponent is gonna be a Simic deck and we didn't draw our mana. We're just gonna bring down a island here. So it's a Simic Golgari Dimir, and there's our green mana. That was kinda lucky. Is it my lucky day today? Probably is. What's this? Devour Flesh. Oh my god. Have you had not mercy on our friend here? It's only a green side watcher. Come on now. Sacrifice a creature. Alright. So, he looks to be very controlling, which is okay also. So, we have a commanding opponent here. I really feel bad losing that green side watcher. I wanted it to work there, but anyway. I thought we were lucky grabbing our forest there, but well, you can't really help it, right? So does he have any play here? Adaptive Snapjaw. So he wasted 4 mana for an Adaptive Snapjaw, which is okay with me. So what I'm gonna do here is bring in the Impostor, then resummon our Hellraiser Goblin. And I am actually gonna try to wait for one more creature and hopefully we can maximize our street spasm. So we're just gonna bring in our friendly fairy here. Yep. And then replay our goblin friend. Whoa, that's nice. It gave our fairy a haste. So let's see if he trades here. He doesn't. And we're about to take 6 damage, but that's okay. We're just gonna look for what he's gonna place next here. I hope it's not too big for a stage spasm to take out. It's a flying. It has flying. Okay. That's too bad. We lose our fairy there. So do we want to street spasm now or because our goblin is gonna get eaten by this unfortunate being, so to speak. But we really need to take this one out, although this one doesn't affect any flyers. That's the problem. Mm, let's bring down a land first. We're gonna lose the goblin. Unless we give it Dragon Shift and call it quits, right? But we're gonna take 3 damage there, and it's not really optimal for us. So these are the downsides for our Hellraiser Goblin, but that's okay. He has his things. So I think we can just do a Dragon Shift here now because I wouldn't want to be dealing with the flyer at this point. Street Spasm can take out the threats. I just hope this doesn't evolve too well. Okay, let's do that. So at least the Goblin trades with the. Okay, let's let him block first. All right. So it becomes a 3-3, and we're gonna trade with his smog there. We're gonna go down to 3 life. Sorry, 7 life. Just hoping it's a something that can be taken care of by the street spasm. So from the looks of things, he kind of has a control deck that makes use of large creatures. So it's gatekeeper is okay. It doesn't have 2 gates. So our state spasm can still take these things out. Okay. Oh no. No, it doesn't. Hmm. This is too okay. So that's bad. Miscalculated. It's 2x and not a single x. Okay. All right. We're gonna take out this guy. Okay, let's wait first. Let's just pass the turn here. But it opens up to a sacrifice. I'm just gonna take this one out now. We might risk the opportunity. So those are miscalculations that are not really helpful at all. Okay. So I hope we draw something to block this guardian of his. Otherwise, it's gonna be a quick game for us. Okay. Rakdos Red Freak. All right. Nothing much to do here, but just see if we will just attack here. Yeah. I'll probably just block next turn. If he has any pump spells, then it should be fine. At least we get to reveal it. Okay. So it's a Rakdos, Simic, Golgari, all in all deck. Okay, nothing there. We're just gonna chump block on this turn. This can this block? Yeah, I think he can still block. So that's not too bad. I think he's not really using the red. He might be just using it for the gatekeepers. Let's see here. He's trying to do something. And most of his spells are really big. So these are Haymaker spells, and we are under the impression that we can use our counter spells here. So these are really huge spells, Haymaker spells that he is using. We're just gonna concede here, just to save us a little more time there. So, do we want to do like a spell rupture and then downsize also? I'll probably take out the Shred Freak and just Maze Glider might stay, although that Smug Elemental is really gonna hurt us. Hmm, even our Flux Charger might find problems there. I'm gonna take out the Pursuit of Light, not really seeing much applications of this. And then let's see what happens. Hopefully we can still win this. Yes, we like to play first and we like to play aggressively, please. Yep. We seem to get the correct cards now. Let's skip. I just hope we don't get Devour Flesh here again. Which is really devastating. Come on, man. Don't do that. But anyway, it happens. If he has it, then he has it. Nothing much you can really do there. Okay, that's not so bad. A green side watcher. He might just go for the trade here. Oh, he didn't. Okay. He might be saving on the first strike ability. So the question is, do we want to play Skin Brand Goblin now? Or just leave mana for a counter spell? I think it's too early for the counter spell. What we are gonna do is try to wait and time it against the much bigger spells of his. So I'm sure this is gonna attack, but I think it just went for the defensive mode there. And it does nullify our creatures, but that should be okay. The only problem is the longer the game goes, the harder it is gonna be for us because of those um, haymaker spells of him. So we don't have an attack here. We're just gonna pass the turn and hopefully we can grab some green mana. Okay, this is gonna do some work actually. I think we need to syncopate here now, although I was kind of hoping to save the syncopate later for bigger spells, but given that the board is stalled and we don't have any attack, if this guy even gets in there as well, then I'm just gonna syncopate this for 2. It's just unfortunate that we don't have. enough things there. Although that is quite looking nice. We can do that. Okay, let's do the goblin thing here. Which is, I think, is a bad idea. He can just go first striking later, right? I forgot he has first strike. Okay, that could be a problem for us, but anyway, we're just hoping to draw our green mana here. Not an ideal draw there. Okay, what do we do now? We need to draw a green mana source, of course, and I'm not really sure what's the current status of his hand now, but 6 cards is just pretty insane. And he might just do his haymaker spells from here. Yep, that's one of them. Maze Glider, not too bad. So we might be officially racing now, but I'm not really sure if we can win the race. He keeps dropping lands, and yeah, there's a Dreadbore as well. So we're gonna take 7 here. Okay, another unfortunate draw there. Hmm, gonna take 7 again and then go to 4, which is not really nice. Okay, we could have been on a better position there actually, but not being able to draw a forest there is really devastating. Okay, this can save us one more turn, but unfortunately, that's about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was expecting this. So that's it. We were eliminated at round two, but I'm pretty okay with that. Not being able to draw at least green mana there. We would have been able to at least put this in the front as well as this green side watcher as well, and do some other stuffs. But the mistake there was bringing down the goblin because it's not really ideal at that point. And without a green mana, there's no way to support the goblin and the attacks. So that could be our turning point there. But anyway, I'm quite happy still that we made it to round two at least. Not really excited on what happened here because we weren't able to play any of our green spells. But either, I mean, other than that, then it should be fine. Let's just concede here. Or, sorry, let's just let him finish his things. Okay, that's it for us, guys. We did have some good plays there and a couple bad plays as well. So uh, can't really argue with the with the manner that we lost. But anyways, that should be fine. Time to move on. I was pretty okay and I was pretty happy with the way the deck turned out. So having a Izet Gruul, what's the other one? Simic, right? I'm not really sure if there's a shard for blue, green, red. So normally yesterday we played Naya, the other day was a Bant. This one I don't really know if there's a shard there. So let's just call it blue, green, red. But other than that, I'd like to um in terms of picks, just to wrap this up, in terms of picks, I'm pretty okay with the manner we picked the cards. The deck was a little promising given that it has its own aggression and all those things, but we didn't do really well, and it's part of the game. We can't really blame the game for that. Um, the opponent played big, and there's not much we can do there. The board stalled in such a way that we can't do a thing about that green side watcher. Other than that, I think it's quite okay. We did win a few matches there. So anyway, just a few tips. Just stay on. Just I mean, just for our case, there we kind of stayed open a little longer than usual because normally I will just do some. Um, I will try to observe the open guilds on the first few picks on the first pack, and then take it from there. But we kind of stayed open and pick a little more cards, which is off colored, and we even crossed our mind to go or choose the Naya or the Boros, somehow switching to Boros as well. So it's pretty okay. You can set your own thresholds and on which time you want to decide. Some even go as deep as second packs or even third packs, wherein that's the time they decide what guild they're gonna go in. But for me, I'm just a novice beginner, so I think the much more aggressive or the much more advisable picks for me are the standard ones. Standard picks like that, just look for an opening and just start picking cards from there. And I'm pretty happy with how the deck turned around or turned out. I just need to review my mana assignments also because at some point there we were lacking blue and it nearly cost our game one. And then at the same time, we had some problems with green now. So it's really tough to go tricolor without the use of guilds or guild gates or clue stones. So probably that's something I need to pick up from here to prioritize at least one or two guild gates if I don't really plan on maximizing them because it really helps out during the game. Anyway, that being said, I wish to thank you guys for watching again, and then we will see you on our next draft. wishing you good luck and draw good on your next or on your succeeding Magic the Gathering tournaments. Bye for now.